Nintendo didn't just want to drop the Nintendo 3DS XL, the new one, without a nice piece of software to show it off, and they've got that with Majora's Mask, the Zelda classic from the N64, but it's been revitalized and improved. What's different this time with this game?
It has been revitalized. You know, this is a game that is really a cult classic in every sense, and that people that have played this game back in the day have such fierce feelings about this game because it's really a different Zelda game experience than any other game in the series. And Skull Kid has been taken over by this evil Majora's Mask, and it's the end of the world, essentially. It's the last 72 hours before the moon crashes into Termina, and it's up to you to save this planet and to really interact with all of the citizens in the best you can to try to save it.
Very bleak.
It is a little bit creepy and bleak. You know, what you're doing is you're constantly moving around in time, and it's one of those games that at first you're just trying to wrap your head around, so I can move around in time, and it's the last 3 days, and how do I accomplish all of this to try to save this world? And you're doing that by playing this song, the Song of Double Time. And in the original game, you can only do it in these big blocks of time. You can only really switch around. In this new game, you can dial in the exact hour that you want to be somewhere, and that is really core to the gameplay. This new version has a lot of new features. You know, obviously the graphics have been totally revamped, and they look absolutely beautiful. Some of the more details I think are going to appeal to people that maybe never played the game at all, but also the people that are super hardcore about the original game.
But let me talk about Majora's Mask and how it stands in terms of adoption with the Zelda fans out there. Was the game on N64 a huge success for Nintendo, or was it kind of in the shadow of Ocarina of Time?
Well, I think it's one of those games that probably a lot of people didn't play. It was late in the cycle, and it is a game that you need to wrap your head around. If you were expecting Ocarina of Time, it is a totally different gameplay experience. Yeah. And what's funny about that is that for some people originally they were like, oh, this is so different, I don't know if I can deal with it. And some people that dialed in and were like, I need to experience this game and really get into it, are now the people that say, oh, best Zelda game of all time, no question. It's a fantastic game, and we've actually done our best to streamline the experience also in terms of the save system. Save system was much better. In the previous game, you could only save at these certain places, and it was confusing. And now you always save at owl statues, and we place them all over the place. So it's great for the portable experience. But this is a Zelda game unlike anything else. And one of the cool things about this game also is that it's the perfect showcase for a new Nintendo 3DS XL. You mentioned that right at the beginning, but this is a game that takes amazing advantage of that face tracking 3D. I personally, I haven't used a lot of 3D. When I first got that prototype in my hands, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just try the 3D out. And I was like, wow, it's an amazing game, and I'm really looking forward to all those Zelda fans out there trying it.